Do I like Street Fighter 6? Am I buying it in June of next year? Yes, absolutely. 2 thumbs up, I'm buying it. If there's further betas and I'm allowed to play in the betas, will I play in them? Maybe. Here's why I say maybe. If there is a third beta coming up in a month or two, and they announce that once again, it's just going to be the same 8 characters, I think I'm skipping it. All right? Like, listen, I'm all for a beta, but I don't want to play with the same 8 characters again. What's going to happen is if they keep doing betas of the same exact 8 characters, you're going to have an entire player base that have mastered those 8 characters. And now all the other characters, no one's going to know how to play with. And you're going to have months and months of competitive gameplay where everyone just plays the same 8 characters because they already mastered them, while everyone else has to play catch up with the rest of the cast, and the rest of the cast will be low tier for a while till people figure them out. That's not competitive. That's stupid. If they want this to be fair, they need to have variety and be rotating the cast around in these betas, so at least everyone has opportunity to see the characters be played, figure out their movesets, and kind of be on the same level. Right now, you got 8 characters that people have seen now for months and months, and they know all these high-level combos and strategies, and we don't even know how Zangief plays in this game, right? Is he more like a traditional grappler? Is he more like a hybrid like Street Fighter 4? No one knows anything. That's not good. We need to have it be settled. So, if they do a third beta and it's just the same 8, I'm probably skipping it. I really don't want to play the same characters again, all right? Especially because there's no training mode. If this had an offline training mode, I'd be all on it. But the thing is, there isn't. And I understand why not. They want people to be getting the beta and playing it online. That's the point of the beta, for them to be testing the netcode. Not for you to sit in training mode and give them absolutely no feedback. That's stupid, right? But at the same time, I can't learn a character if I can't sit here and practice, and I can't practice if there's no training mode that I can do reliably, right? Now, there is another factor probably many of you are not aware of. Allow me to explain it, because this is where try-hard mentality comes in. When you hear me say try-hards, right, the term itself, you guys think, oh, Phil is saying something negative, right? Well, that's because the term try-hard has a negative association. Someone who literally is trying so hard to succeed in something competitive that they basically will do any means necessary. They don't care about if it's fun. They don't care about if it's fair. They're just that try-hard mentality. Try, because I got to prove myself on the online realm. I got to have the biggest E-penis out there by having the highest rank or whatever. And it could even be in the dumbest game that no one cares about. They'll still play as hard as they can at all moments and even cheat to win just to get ahead. That's like the ultimate try-hard mentality. Win at any cost. Why am I bringing this up? All right? I'll tell you why. Because guess what? When the original Street Fighter 6 beta released in October, try-hard motherfuckers are ruining it for everyone. Do you know what they did? They hacked the fucking beta. They found a way to play the beta without Capcom's permission when the beta is not online. So they're playing this beta and practicing it on PC when you're not supposed to. They're not supposed to have access to it, but they've cracked it, and they're basically cheating to get ahead. Now, what ends up happening now is you now have a big disparity in the competitive fighting game community, where some people are staunchly for the ability to do this and people that are against it. And I'm seeing people online, competitive players, arguing with each other, right? So here you go. People are, I'm reading just a string of tweets between Punk the God and Chris Tartarian going back and forth at each other, saying that they talk shit about each other. Well, I guess Punk the God said to Chris, there's no way you were not going to win this tournament when the beta was live. You've been practicing the game for 2 months because you hacked it and you're cheating, right? And then Chris snaps back at him and says, yeah, well, guess what? There's evidence you also have the crack too, so you're an ultimate hypocrite, right? So, again, this shit used to happen all the time, okay? Back in the day, somehow the top players in the fighting game community somehow miraculously always had early access to all the fighting games. They would play them early. They would have them. They would, if they had a cabinet they could go to, someone owned it early. They had a cracked version on a console. They could always play early. How is that possible exactly? That the same players, the top players, always have access, but everyone else has to wait, right? It's bullshit. It's not fair. How exactly? Oh, I know someone. It was always like this back in the day. There was this elitist group of players who always had access to the shit early. That's not fair. Yes, if people get into the closed beta because of luck or a lottery and they get to play an extra weekend or two, that's one thing. But cracking the beta and now you can play it whenever you want when you're not supposed to, that's actually cheating. And in fact, what should happen is those people should be identified and permanently banned by Capcom, not only from playing that game online ever again, but they should be banned from the competitive community permanently. You can't even attend a fucking Street Fighter tournament because the moment you put your foot in, you got the scarlet letter on your fucking chest. Cheater. Fucking try-hard piece of shit. You think you're better than everyone else. Fuck off. You're banned permanently. Get a fucking life. We don't want your kind here. We want people who have competitive spirit, people who want to actually be fair and not cheat to win. You're a cheater. Fuck off. Get the fuck out. Ban them from every gaming website. Ban them from every tournament ever. Just fuck off. So people outright admitting that they have this cracked beta and they've basically cheated to learn the game should be completely, in my opinion, chastised and thrown out of the competitive community. Sorry, you're a cheating fuckface. You don't deserve a damn thing. You don't. Because you're that desperate to fucking get ahead in a competitive game. You know, how is this any different than someone in a competitive sport using a performance enhancement advantage, right? That's not fair. How is it that now you have better experience and you're better apt to play that sport because you cheated? It's the same thing here. People are not supposed to have access to this beta outside of the set weekends. If you do, you cheated. Get the fuck out. You know, it's terrible and it's horrible that these people get away with it. And again, this is not the first time and it likely will not be the last. It's a situation where somehow an elitist group gets access to things they're not supposed to have. So when the actual game hits, oh, you'll notice the same people win every tournament. Why? Because they fucking been playing it for a year while everyone else didn't get to play it. How is that fair? That shit's bullshit, okay? So, to me, there should be the same criteria, you know, in competitive Street Fighter as there should be everywhere else. You cheated, you cracked the beta, fuck off, you're banned. Don't come back. Oh, well, you got to get a life now. Sorry, you ruined your chance to be an actual competitor by cheating to get ahead, okay? So, now, that's my opinion. Everyone can disagree. I'm sure people in the competitive community all have their different opinions on it. All right? I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they'll all weigh in on the issue. But for me, you shouldn't be cracking a beta to get ahead. You shouldn't be getting early copies of a game. You shouldn't be the only one with access to this or that. It's bullshit. It's literal cheating. All right? And that's going to be an issue moving forward, right? But that's some of the discussions. Some people are actually saying perhaps the reason Capcom is not releasing new characters is because they know people cracked the beta. So if they release new characters, now the whole cast is publicly available for the people who are cheating. And since that's not fair, and they don't want the whole cast to be leaked to people who are cheating infinitely. And that's why they're not releasing new characters in the betas. If that's the case, that's sad. Because now everyone has to suffer. Everyone has to not see the new characters until the game releases because of a bunch of bad apples, right? That's bullshit. Anyway,